Alafia family. Ekabo.
Welcome on into the House of Confirmations. Ashe Adukwe family. You already know it's been a long day, family, on this beautiful Ogun day, clearing our path. Now, family, is the time as a family, whole and together. We are going to unplug, disconnect from the matrix we're thinking, and our whole ideology you was thrown into. Also, family, we're going to go on ahead and take a deep breath in, inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth, releasing all of the poison and pressure that was picked up while you was plugged into the matrix. Ashe, I do pray, family. You know and love the beautiful faces and voices you are hearing. I am Oye Yemi, ancestral priest initiated over 21 years.
I'm Amitola. I'm a diviner healing reader, and we are the House of Confidence. Ekabo. Ekabo family, which means welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Peace, love, and light, peace, love, and light, peace, love, and light. Only Ashe, come on in, family. We know you all have missed us going live. I'm going live. I know we've missed you all. We've been so busy. For those who have been patiently waiting on their orders, family, thank y'all. We are catching up on orders.
How's your video up there looking? Family, how is video looking towards the skipping? Is it sketchy?
Can y'all see us clearly? Let us know, family.
Lafia, Chelsea, Lafia, Isaac tuning on in.
Come on.
Isaac, did we ever get the Isaac ancestral reading? We did? Oh, I'm about to say, I remember we did. Good video?
So it
Good
doesn't
quality?
look furry to y'all. Well, fuzzy.
Look furry over here.
It looks kind of fuzzy to us, but let us know if it's clear HD quality. Because for me, that's what we pay for, to be honest. You know, we actually pay for certain platforms to go live on, so family can continue to get the most out of what they're donating into. So if it's not clear to y'all, let us know, okay, family? Yeah.
Go ahead, like, love, share, family. Tag everyone on in. When you are posting, go ahead and post this on your page and let nothing but your like-minded family members come in. Ashe. Information is pinned on the screen. Family, get your readings. We are in the last day of the new moon.
Happy new moon, family.
Ashe.
Alafia Nikki, come on in, family. Ashe. Y'all know we missed y'all. We've been extremely busy, extremely bugged. We are so appreciative because we know it's all because of you all. Ashe.
We have not been on live for a few days, and we know some of our family, they like to get their readings during the live versus in the inbox where we have been at. So that's why we are taking the time. As much work as we have been doing, family, we still want to make sure that we are finding the time to come and give family the messages that they need. Because your ancestors have never stopped talking, not ever stop going to give you messages, and we are not perfect. So we're always striving to be perfect. So there's always something for us to do. So we're in the inbox of the family. In the back of our head, we're still dealing about worrying about our live family. We're still needing their messages.
Absolutely. I love you, Miss Sandy. Oshun. Oshun priestess. tuning in with us. Voodoo and Priestess, we are so happy to have you tuning in with us. Alafia family that has spoken. Alafia Chelsea, Alafia Nikki, Alafia Isaac, and family. So, Isaac responded, and is everybody else good? Can you all hear us clearly? Can you all see us clearly? Is it good quality to you all? Alafia Marlena, we hope that you are enjoying your Batala bath. Batala will soon be there. I should thank you for your patience, guys. We was just shouting out everybody that's been waiting on us. I do know that we've been affected with the changes and shipping and things like that. Just items that we ordered to make you all items. They've been giving us poor quality, and we didn't want to send y'all quality, so we'll wait weeks for a product, and it's still not good quality, and have to wait weeks for another product. Y'all are waiting during this time. Ashe. It looks good to everybody. Ashe. Ashe. Well, come on, family. Y'all stop scooting in here and acting like y'all shy.
If y'all have not noticed, we have made more room for more family to come in, as we know that we have increasing. Y'all can now see more of the Oracle team now. So please, I got seen the new seating. Don't be trying to have your children drawing on the new chairs, on the new benches. Okay, these are brand new, not donated from a new church.
We're down to our last fan right now that is still broken. So, family, do know we got a fan drive going on. Y'all can bring your own fans for service. If you need to use the fan for emergency purposes, please put the fan back. Thank you.
Yes, and there are 3 flaps per person. Yeah. 3 flat, quack down. That's it. Okay, we don't need no one all day long with the spirit. And now we got broken fans. Okay, that's what we have with the mothers. I say, I love you. I say, come on, then, family. Make sure that you have your head wraps on. We're going to be getting into prayer. Information is pinned on the screen. Make sure that you are coming in and getting your readings. This is the last day of the new moon. Make sure you are getting your new moon readings. I do pray, family. How's everyone been? How have families been doing out there?
Oh, we love you. We hope that work be well and smooth and easy for you. Ishe tutu, Ishe tutu,
Ishe tutu.
Ashe. We love you. And give our babies a hug. You know we got updates. We got stuff to do. We ain't forgot about y'all.
Ashe. I
love you, Shada girl.
Got you in the inbox.
Okay.
We can get you in the inbox.
Hey, look at that.
I know that mother be trying to keep me. We be everywhere. We try to not to forget anybody.
Yes.
Y'all checked out our last video. Y'all see that we've been babysitting.
Yes, we have.
It's always working, whether it's with you grown-ups or it's with the children.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep, Baba been keeping us. He's doing an excellent job. I love Baba. I really do. Baba has been working with his ex, been working with his elders. So I get to see behind the scenes of the responsibility that's really on the priest and elder priests, older priests that's not in training anymore, priests that are out, that are not being needed to help train others. So just to be able to watch out Baba behind the scenes and work alongside him on live, it's a beautiful, humble experience. And can y'all imagine y'all Omi Tola 21 years from now? That comes from being married to a 21-year priest and my mother being initiated. You know what I mean? My ancestors, the Bada Tarun being in it. The family. I'm saying this to say y'all are watching us on our journey. So as we are working with you all on y'all journey, as we are guiding, giving advice, and helping you all heal, y'all are watching us do the same. Okay, our relationship has been very public. Our journey has been very public. Even before you met me, your journey started with your mother's journey, which was very public with the books written, being in the magazines, things of that nature. So y'all get to watch our journey, family. And I just want to say thank you.
That's and as we are journeying, we are truly indeed loving each and every one of you all journey. The godchildren, for those who are not godchildren, let me let you all know. We have godchildren in this house, over 25 godchildren. All have been doing wonderful on that journey. We have seen complete 180 changes within the godchildren, and know the growth has not stopped. We are going to continue to grow. Appreciate to everybody out there who has been up on getting their readings done, has been up on doing the work that they need to be doing, because they understand that their ancestors are still speaking and they're giving us messages all the time. And for us not just to hear them, but to do what they say, just as if we were still the children and they were the parents. When they said to do something like clean your room, you cleaned it. You didn't know why you were cleaning it, but you ended up cleaning it anyway because you were told to. And then you got into the routine of just cleaning it on your own. Many times you don't have you cleaned your room and probably had company who saw your room. Thank goodness you was taught to clean your room. There's a lot of adults out there who don't know that. There's a lot of adults out there who don't have a clean room. Let's just go ahead and point out the room real quick, okay? Because we can talk about the whole house, but the room is something that we were always taught at a very young age to keep clean. We have to remember our ancestors are still giving us these tools, even from the other side. They are still giving us tools that we are still able to use. Ekushé to each and every one of you all. Ekushé means job well done.
I do thank you for that, Baba. Alafia to all the newbies. I'm coming in. I guess this will be the part of our church service where we have our newcomers. We don't want to call y'all visitors because hopefully y'all will be returning to the HOK church service. I also want to give a shout out to some new mothers I see on the motherboard. We got some new mothers of the church. Chelsea, which is Ashley on Facebook. When y'all wonder who we talking to, that's Chelsea. So we know y'all for real, for real.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ashley, that has been greeting everyone as they're coming in. We call those the mothers of the church. We see the mothers that come in. We've been seeing you. We call them the deacons. For y'all who don't know, this is our pastor. This is our man of the house, our preacher, our bishop, our servant of the Most High Elohim. And then you got your Hoodoo Voodoo Obeah, root worker Bible, first mother of the church. Okay, I say so. Seriously, family, we call this as the church because a lot of people have been hurt from the church. A lot of people have walked away from the Bible because of the church. A lot of people have not understand or have had a strained relationship with the Most High because of the church. And we want to show family, our community, what a church truly is. Because our church wasn't because of a specific religion or a specific denomination. It was a place of worship. Whatever you all was worshiping, whatever you all like-minded, studied, venerated, honored, and was able to learn together in groups with like-minded people. So we're bringing back the church and why we had churches and what we're supposed to be doing with the church.
To understand what a church is, etymology, knowing the root word of church. Church is a gathering of like-minded people. That's what we created, family. As much as we come here, we know that this is the place that we unplug. We can speak spiritual, we can think spiritual without being judged. We can feel the spirit, we can be loved by family in here. That is the church that we've created. No, you don't have to go to a building with a big old cross on the outside and sit in and send tithes. No, this is not that kind of church. This is that spiritual growth church. This is that church where we're going to break down the Bible and have some good laughs. We're going to smoke and drink a little bit.
Commune with spirit.
We're going to commune with spirit because they just sitting and waiting. Like, we're going to talk about the Bible and all the ancestors that walked in and during those times, but we're not going to talk to them directly. And we can. Well, some of us can.
Absolutely.
So definitely, family, make sure that you are getting your readings. If you are not in the inbox, take this time while we are live getting your mini readings. For those who know, mini readings are not available in the inbox.
Absolutely. Definitely, family. It is new moon. Today is the last day of new moon. Because we have not been able to go live often during this new moon, we are doing new moon mini readings for those who want to check in with the new moon, and for those who may not understand the energy or the portals of new moon. This is a time to work on shadow work, to work on the things that may not be seen, the things that may not be illuminated, things that are affecting you, situations, people, places, and things that are affecting you, and you may not know exactly directly where you are being affected from. You're just feeling the effects. So, shadow work as well as new moon work, new moon readings help you identify, help bring to the light, help you see in the darkness things that you might not want to trip over, things you might want to know that's there even though you can't see it, and help and heal through it, and hopefully work on that. So by full moon come, you will have room open to manifest, to bring in new, because you release things that you may not have seen. So new moon is important, as we've gotten most of our community understand full moon manifestation, energy of the full moon. Um, we can also work with the energy of the new moon, and then we get into working with the energy of when we're waxing and when the moon is waning. They all carry different energies, just like all the different colors carry different energies. The different orishas carry different energies. Our ancestors, they all have energies that they was great at, and some of them mastered. So as we're going on this journey, we're all learning things that can help us in everyday life. Family, please don't forget that. As you're on this journey, the knowledge you're learning, the information you're coming across, even the things you're being told and you're reading, make sure you are applying it to everyday life. Or else it's just going to sound like a fairy tale story being told.
For those who are out there who know how to work with the new moon energy, you are working with Oya Yanza. I say, as we understand the full moon to represent Yamoja, that is when the tides are the strongest, when the waters are pulling the strongest. We know the new moon dealing with the shadows. That is dealing with Ya. That is dealing with the mother of change, the mother of the ancestors. Death and rebirth. Excellent time to get ancestral readings while we are in new moon era.
Does family have any questions?
I say, before we get into these prayers,
Yes, does family have any questions?
oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Chelsea, got your Oya speed.
So beautiful. I want me one. I put me in an order. Baba is like got orders up for months.
I almost put an order in for myself with the Oya speed. I don't even do waist beads.
So, I know there's an extensive list.
Chelsea, can I show your waist beads on live if you don't mind? Miss Ashley Jones. If you still on.
Yes, Miss Chelsea, Miss Ashley Jones. Baba wants to know, is it okay if Baba shows your body? I can't wait to see them and guess that's fine, Baba. Oh, dude, baby, it's so sweet.
Listen, right? Because for those who are out there, and I'm going to make this announcement now. Juju is best when made for you and your energy, you and your spirit alone. Who are out there going to the botanicas, it is a wonderful thing to yes, go get your sage, go get your charcoal, your incense and things like that. But when you're talking about getting your particular juju item that you need for your situation, they don't know what you need. They're not the ones who read, so they're not putting in the energy that you are directly needing for your path. You're just getting a rawness may not work for you. It's like we're taking medicine. Yes, Tylenol is good for everybody, but when you got a real ailment, are you just going to go to over-the-counter medicine, or are you going to go to the doctor and get something prescribed for you? So I say that to everyone who was out there getting stuff from the botanicas and going out there and just thinking that they are juju down. They got items that is the other people are wearing, but they from their godparents or they didn't get it from initiated. They are not real juju items. Those are just facades. Those are your trinkets. Those are blanks. They just look like this. It's like having a wad of fake money. You can't spend it. Very important that family do order their thing. Do know that it's not going to be an assembly of just getting product stuff out. No, everything is made in particular with the reading that you have, with the work that you need. Now, with that being said, thank you, Chelsea. Show family these because these right here. Just put my back into this. Yeah, this is your Oya waist beads right here. I don't know if y'all can see the color. Y'all see the skulls on them. Hold on.
Those are so beautiful. Like, OMG.
Make sure y'all get y'all Orisha waist beads. Beaded by initiated priests. Not someone who just saying they have waist beads on Facebook, y'all.
Yeah, beading and string is not the whole process. There's jewelry. Family, you can wear jewelry. Yes, you can buy waist beads for jewelry. But culturally, traditionally, we want you all to understand the art of waist beads come from. Okay? It's like nose piercings. Culturally, Indians and the people in India wore nose piercings for different reasons. Okay? In our culture today, you have people getting for fashion. All right? Tattoos, locks. Okay, a lot of people get locks just because they thought it was a trend, and a lot of people know culturally, spiritually, traditionally what it represents for us. So yes, they are beautiful. They are very nice. So as we are growing and understand what our culture is, there are a couple of things. There's fashion statements, a lot that come with our culture that we want you all to understand. That's if you're practicing the not everyone is practicing the Yoruba culture. Family, please understand that when you are researching E5, Orisha, and Voodoo, do know the lineage that you are staying under and reading these articles, or even getting work done, readings done from people. And we know that a lot of y'all are new, so when you're reading this information, you may not be able to identify the many different lineages, but there are different lineages that do things differently. Okay, they may all work with the Orisha, but not everybody under the same days for Orishas. But Shishe Lakba, they have a 4-day calendar. Okay, and they have us on this hemisphere that work with the Orishas. We have a 7-day calendar for the Orishas. So does that mean that either way is wrong? That's their lineage. Cultures give Ogun Ram. Some cultures give Ogun. Okay, some cultures don't do shrines and altars, they only do pots. Some cultures don't give candles, they only give blood. So please understand the lineage that you are studying up under, so you won't get caught in a crossfire and think that you're listening to a whole bunch of people that don't know what they talk about. They may be very versed and very experienced in their lineage and what their parents follow. A lot of people have picked up the lineages of their godparents. So please study your godparents or people who are bringing you up under the culture, so you know the lineage that they are, and see if that's compatible with your ancestors. See if your ancestors can work through that lineage, work through the way they do things, or did your ancestors have a different system that they work through? Some of your ancestors work through Catholic. Some of y'all ain't even thought about being Catholic. Some of y'all ancestors did work through Christianity. Jesus saved a lot of people's lives when a lot of y'all family was on a hospital bed or was sick or need a job or need a place to stay. A lot of y'all ancestors did call on Jesus Christ to come save your family. So make sure that you are aligned with the system your ancestors did. Okay? Seriously.
And before we prayer one more time, family. I want to state this as well for all of the godchildren, for all of those, because uh, there was a meeting. The elders, we had a meeting last night, and we had to speak on a few topics concerning the generation that is coming up into this culture, and what are we offering to the new generation? What are we offering to those who are coming into this culture? And a lot of the questions that was coming up were answers that can only be from sitting up under the elders. You can only learn but so much, of course, how we're doing it over the internet. Once upon a time, there were no internets. Once upon a time, there were no universities. There were no schools how to do juju. Okay, you just went and you stayed around that person who do it, and it got passed down. It was transferred from person to person, to family to family. So for those out there who are on the spiritual journey but expect to learn everything by sitting behind a computer screen, sadly to say, that's not going to happen. You will never reach the full effect of your skills when it comes to juju art. For those godchildren out there, you are going to have to find time to be up under the godparents.
Yes.
Come and change the waters. Know what it
Yes.
means to greet the elders in the new day. We're going to have to start to bring it up a notch.
Yes.
Because we can't have the new generation being so lax and relaxed and lagging when the elders put in so much hard work and you all love it because you all see the results of what we do. We don't want you all growing up and then your magic is half-assed. I say. All right, let's get into these prayers, family. Omi tutu, ona tutu, ile tutu, tutu egungun, tutu isha. Ori de mai mo tuba. Ogbo iko se mala se, ori de mai tuba ibara sera. Mo tuba ka tuba ibara sera, mo tuba me ibara sera, mo tuba baba la ibara sera. Mo tuba e ye ibara sera. Mo tuba ya tutu e be egungun iba baba ye ye. Mo tuba ogunola, mo tuba olusegun, mo tuba gba, mo tuba gode, mo tuba adebola, mo tuba akiwumi. Kika maso ocean ede olusegun, kika maso kipla gba orisun, kika maso abadi community ajibe orisun. Iwe ori iwe lafi iwe ayo iwe obo. Kosi kosi focus wahala. Kosi transition, kosi formidable, kosi witchcraft, kosi obolobo. Kosi anything that comes against our destiny. Ashe, I do pray in your mighty name. We pray to shall it be. Iwe. Ashe. Ashe. Another announcement for family. You all, for those who've been watching the House of Confirmations, you all know that we have a son. His birthday, for those who know his name is Trey. I'm going to give a little background on Trey. For those who do not know, he is a born priest. He was conceived when I was already a priest. So my son growing up, he is going to be taking on this tradition. He is going to be taking on the works of his father. He is going to be a great Egungun priest. With that being said, he has just hit 11, family. It is his birthday tomorrow, hitting at 12 o'clock, family. If you can, if you would like to bless the son of you all's godfather, uh, bless him by donating some owo to him. He wants to get, I don't know what he wants to get, but I want to make sure that he has a beautiful, blessed birthday.
I say absolutely. Trey is a third, is Baba's third, is second, and his father's first. From a beautiful lineage of men. I'm so happy that this lineage is here, producing the type of men that they are, because it truly shows, the character truly shows in this royal bloodline. And I'm so happy that Baba spoke of Trey's history for those who know Baby Boy in the house, because Trey humbly spends and shares a lot of his father's energy with you all. A lot of his father's energy and time is shared in the community, reading that community, doing work for the community, and to see him humbly understand, humbly assist to do everything that he can towards us. He helps us with beading and things of that nature, with his ashe, with him being a born priest. So the fact that we don't want to forget the children of this house, that we are parents, that we are co-parents, and that the children share a lot of their time with their parents, with you all, the House of Confirmations. So yes, we are accepting donations for Trey's birthday.
I say I do pray. What a wonderful mother Omitola has been to Trey. You all have been wonderful and encouraging whenever you all see him. He loves seeing the family. He loves to hear that we're doing readings. My son is very in tune. For those who've been in the inbox with my son, he's actually read you all with some Pokemon cards. He's been given his first deck of Oracle cards that he's practicing reading. He's doing a wonderful job, has wonderful mothers in his life. Omitola Ajebola and Roberta Manridge.
Shout out to Birdie, a beautiful, amazing mom, the best co-parent I've ever met in my life. She makes this such a beautiful and want to be a part of you all's family.
I do pray.
Shout out to Trey for making these dolls. Trey sold all of this by hand. Okay, as we're speaking on Trey.
He makes all of our egg bay dolls. We have over 20, 30 egg bay dolls around the house so that, for those who know about the culture, it's not just a grown up spirits, it's also the children spirits around. And they need things like to play with things.
He even put this zipper in. I don't even know how to sew zipper on clothes. So Trey is truly advanced, okay? And best believe I got my protection. All right.
I say I do for Chelsea. He's actually up in New York with mommy right now,
yes,
so we will truly and surely let him know all the birthday love family has been given him.
Absolutely, family. Thank you so much. And family, do you all have any questions just before we begin to you all? This is Interactive Live. Some of y'all are old heads, so y'all just used to being on live calls. Some of you all are new and they're just coming and saying, okay, what the heck is going on? What is all this? But HOK has always remained the same. We go live to talk with you all. So we do require interaction, feedback, questions, booking, sending love, sending energy to our lives. If you're just watching to vibe, the replay is great. We have over 500 live broadcasts where you can actually go back and take notes, study from all the lives that we have posted. And even this live will be posted for you to be able to watch and sit back and enjoy. But while we are live, and for those who are tuning in live and are able, of course, we don't want you typing while driving and things of that nature. But we want to remind family that this is an interactive live. We're not posting a video for you all to watch later. This is not a pre-recording. This is actually live, okay? No script. So while we're live, do know that there are people booked. There are people waiting for their inbox reading, their ancestral readings tonight after this live. So we want to let you all know that. I do pray, Sherry. We see that you are online. We know you have a reading book for this for tonight.
Yes,
thank you so much. So we just want to remind family, this is the time to bring your questions to book. For those who are always in the inbox with us and may not be booking and we can't get to you at a certain time, we do make sure that when we do go live, that's the time that we're able to get to everyone at once. If that certainly makes sense. Does that make sense?
I'm saying the perfect way to get scheduled without having to schedule days later.
Absolutely.
A lot of family have to get into the inbox and they'll schedule, 3 or 4 days after they send in their donation because we're so booked up in the inbox. So when we do, get time to go live, we're praying that family come and get their messages. As you all know, yes, we have to head back into the inbox very soon. Our lovely Sherry Schnell, she has a ancestral reading. And yeah, we're gonna get into that.
I say, yep.
I say, family.
Even after this live, the job is not done.
Oh no.
Sisi hawataweza, oh baby, sisi hawataweza, I want them to know you're there. I want them to know Someone baby, don't for your baby. Drop it up, baby. Show me what to see. I need your mama. Ask the one baby. Shake it, drop it up. Shake it, show me what to see. I need your mama. Is it late too much? Oh, don't want to be beyond this. I say, baby, what's the fire? I said it go go and money. Anytime you want, I go hustle. Baby, take my heart, baby, carry go. If you think I will leave you out for me, yeah. If you leave me down, I be you will show me this I can't resist, yeah. I go back to your name to the whole wide world. Baby, you would give me time. You go better make us suffer so you don't cry. Baby, having food today, I go sky. What like you? Leave me today, cause I don't die. If you leave me down, I be you the show me this I can't
I say I do like my this shirt.
Baby, you would give me time. Make a tell you what you love for a bullet. Bobby's big party in fun by a bullet. I went there with my best friend Kule. Kule they there with the girlfriend Shile. Ghetto girls and they like Takasufi. So many pretty girls they inside my mule. I just they wonder say which can party yeah. Everything yeah got everything there. Ah, oh yeah, I get many girls with them they come from away. AJ boys and they like to throw it. I'm a single girl.
Okay, Chevy, my Chevy. Sherry, are you still viewing? Are you still tuning in? That's all I ever wanted was to see people drums actually
I'm a single girl with your loving fun. We won't carry on. Crazy just like maybe stallion. But my girlfriend, they turn me on. That's why I hold on tight. Hold Hold on, yeah, yeah. Hold on tight. Hold on, yeah, yeah. That's why I hold on tight. Hold on, yeah, yeah. Hold on tight. Hold on, yeah, yeah.
So we guess Miss Sherry has gotten off. I didn't see her coming in. Miss Sherry, are you still tuning in? A good day for the love family.
Good way, family.
Those that are tuning right now that are playing Chelsea, Sade, Isaac, with this being the last day of new moon, I would love to get into some new moon messages. We didn't have any questions yet. Yes. I won't say I'm nosy like that, but let's just say I want to always be prepared. I want to always stay prepared. And also, when we're doing group readings, group messages, we're getting messages too, family. Okay, family. Always remember that. We're receiving these messages, but we're taking a lot of messages that Spirit brings us. We just don't always look at it as just y'all being told messages. So when we do group, when we are, we actually contacted her in the inbox. Thank you. She responded to us in the inbox. She had got off of live. A do pray mother of the church. Y'all just showing out.
Okay, Chelsea. We take note for those who stand up the way you do.
Yes, y'all, we're gonna get some shirts. We promise y'all. No, we ain't got no like physical building, and I'm like, even if we did get a physical building, it will still take away the sense that we're all able to meet and talk with so many people across the world country. Y'all have seen other people from other countries come in and tune in, so it's definitely a beautiful experience. Family, I want to get into a group new moon reading. I'm going to be reading from the Old Heads, the Risha Old Heads. So, family, if y'all are excited, happy, gonna let us know. Up, Sherry, she's back. We just wanted to know if it was okay to move your reading back because we still are alive. Thank you, guys.
That's gonna speak tonight.
Wow, y'all. Metanexus wants to come out and speak, and I just got excited.
Metanexus gonna speak on this reading as well.
Metanexus come out for the group reading. Now I was going to say to them, you always know that you all can donate on behalf of group message, on behalf of group reading. Also, if you all want a group message from the on behalf of this new moon, that will be donation based only. So if you all want to send in collectively and you all want to hear the crystal ball messages, please put that on your donation. Family know when you're sending a donation, not know what it's for. If it's for Trey's birthday, if it's for the reading, if it's for a group reading, or if you actually want to hear the crystal all come out. I love you, Miss Danielle. How was the wedding? We know you got married. We ain't seen you in a while. That honeymoon must have been popping.
Did we get any wedding pictures?
Can we get some wedding pics? That was you, right? You're talking to the goddess, right? Your husband came on. Y'all was getting married and shit.
Hey, Lo, you ain't gonna tell nobody? I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Okay, it's been moved over to 22nd. With so much strength and life and healing during these times. Okay.
May they get well, may they feel better, may everyone recover. May this wedding go down now. And we're gonna need some pictures.
So yes, family, we're about to get into these readings. Go ahead and send love, send energy, send light. Okay. So your energy could be read. Yes, family, that is the only way that you can get your energy read, unless spirit just guided these messages out to any other. Sending light, sending love, sharing, tagging, or sending donations is how your energy can be read in the group reading. Ashe, who's ready for this group reading? Let's see.
I know I'm quite excited. Spirit was over here talking to me. Said, come on, nothing else is out. It's been a while. All right.
See, we'll do the family in this house. They are doing fine. Thank y'all. Pics are definitely. Ashe.
Much energy is sent out from the House of Confirmation to everyone who is needing healing and rehabilitation during this time. Ashe. Make sure, family, we're gonna have to sound like parents to y'all. Bundle up. The seasons are changing. Don't be outside looking cute, trying to be sexy with half clothing on. It's cold outside, okay? Not just the cold that we are worried about. Don't just think because you got a face cover that you're good. No. Family, we are still dealing with the seasons changing. So please make sure you got your turtlenecks, your sweaters, your hoodies. It's hoodie season.
Oh, we love y'all. We hope y'all know that. And that's actually why we're live right now. Before Nova even had to go to the inbox and do an ancestry that was booked already a couple days ago. So that's how much we love y'all back. This time is spent with you all, even the day before baby's boy's birthday. For those who do not know, baby's boy's birthday is coming up at 12. Alafia goddess, how are you doing?
Alafia.
Beautiful goddess. The information is below for those who want to get your own personal reading. Ashe. If you're gonna go ahead and do so, we're gonna get through a personal reading before we get to the live group readings. Ashe.
I never see your son. I never see your son.
Family Nets and Nets is about to come out first.
If anybody would like to book Nuts readings, how much do you want?
Maybe you can $25.
I want to book Nuts readings.
All right, for those who want to hear from the Metanetters, as y'all know, they do not come out often. They've been reading 5 years. They've been reading since I was born. This special deck that has been handed down to Baba. Actually, you have to book a mini reading with the mentors. It will be $36. Same price as a crystal ball mini reading.
Okay. Olha demais, mas tipo, foi por hoje, mas sempre demais, mas vai para ser um. Que hora aqui é com olha demais. I come to you for messages upon the family, messages upon the house, messages for those who are sending in love, sending in positive energy, for those who are viewing. I say, that's enough to speak on behalf of what is going on with the family, with the whole. I say, read off the irayo. Kosi kosi focus wahala. Kosi transition, kosi formidable, kosi witchcraft, kosi buluku. Kosi anything that comes against our destiny. I say, we pray in my name. Shall it be right? Interesting. This is speaking about the mothers out here. Patience with the mother is needing. You are needing a lot of patience. First of all, let's speak about the task that comes up when it comes to mothering. There is a big task, and it should not be overlooked by anybody. Mothering is a huge task. It can weigh on you, it can have a very heavy toll on you. Have patience with the mothers out there. For those of you who are angry with your mothers, upset, not speaking with your mothers, having bitter issues with your mothers, they tried the hardest that they could. And that may not have been the best, but it was something that they did the best of because you're still here. Okay? Now, we have to understand that now you have been brought on with a task of respecting the mothering energy. So, what if your mother did not give you the best life that you wanted because you've seen in other magazines, that you've seen in TVs? You are still going to have to love your mother. You are still going to have to love the mothering energy. We all have mothering energy in us. You women, you carry this mothering energy very heavy. You're going to have to love and respect being a mother, love and respect your mothers. That is a very, very, very important message, okay? Because we all share a connection with our mothers. Just like Shango shares half of his booty with Yamoja, we have to understand that we are supposed to share half of our earnings with our mothers as well. For you all out there thinking that it's all about you, looking at your mama, why didn't you help me out? She birthed you. She gave you life into this world. She carried you for 9 months. We cannot forget these huge feats. Now that we are becoming of age and we are becoming mothers, we will want the same respect. So do understand that honor thy mothers and thy fathers so that your days shall be long. Now, we're going to have to speak more positive when it comes to our love life. We speak too negative when it comes to relationships. We speak too negative when it comes to the opposite sex. You was just showing me a post earlier how people were just doing these new memes of the some negative stuff.
The rude prayers.
Yeah, the rude prayers.
Petty prayers, they call it.
Petty prayers. We're going to have to speak more positive about relationships because each and every one of us a good relationship. But how many of us are actually speaking on good relationships, calling good relationships to us? Or are we always bashing our past relationships, bringing up our past relationships, being hurt by our past relationships? We are going to have to speak more positive things. Yes, you have gone through some things, but do not let that become who you are now. A lot of us are going through bad relationships because we have not let go of the bad relationships we've had. So we're walking into more bad relationships. Stop speaking negative on yourself. We have a bad issue with speaking negative on ourselves in many forms. Someone can give you a compliment. First thing you want to go is to the negative. You can't take the compliment. You gotta say something. Oh, this old thing, this raggedy thing, this. Why are you already bringing it down if you was complimented on it? Lift yourself up. Speak more higher on yourself. Oshun wants you to speak more beautiful things about yourself. Stop always downing yourself. Stop always looking at yourself like, oh, you see the worst in yourself. You need to start to see the best in yourself. Have more patience with yourself. That is the overall message. And this is a huge message out there for the women, for the goddesses out there. This really isn't speaking on the men, this is speaking on the women and their emotions towards themselves. The women are going to have to really work the emotion towards themselves. You are becoming your worst enemy. Do not become your worst enemy. Do not bring awful curses upon yourselves because you are going through some things in life right now, per se. So you're just thinking the worst, or you think other people may look at you like this. So now you're already speaking it, and you have no idea if other people look at you like this. Stop speaking negative on yourself. Look at the beauty in yourself. Always thinking you need to have a body like this. You need to go have a face like. You need to go get this done. You need to get that job done over there so that you can look like this image. You need to start to look at the beauty that you carry. You need to stop looking at other forms as that is what beauty is. Thou shalt not covet. We have to get back to our laws. We have to get back to the way that our forefathers and foremothers walked. They didn't mimic how the neighbor looked. They did what they did. They did it the best. We're going to have to learn how to love the woman inside of us. And maybe this is for some of you all men who just want to be hard up old women all the time and don't want to face the fact that you do got some feminine aspects in you. And it's good. It's a balance. It stops you from being all masculine towards women. As I've been learning, women actually like the women and feminine touch. Yes, they love that manly touch, but it's something about that soft touch. If man can actually just pick up this soft touch, things will be a lot better. We're going to have to learn how to be dainty with the women. We're going to have to learn how to be soft with the women, speaking softly with the women. And guess what, women? You're going to have to learn the same thing with other women too. Stop being so rough and hard with other women. Want to curse another woman out because you feel like you understand that woman, so she needs it like this. So she needs to get a curse out. Maybe her mama ain't curse out enough. So you going to step in and do it. Stop being mean women. Start being more soft. Start embracing the Oshun inside of us. Oshun isn't rough. Oshun is smooth. We don't want no rough rivers. Honey is smooth. Last time you pour honey, did you see any chunks coming out? Was it rough? You're trying to stir in your tea and you got chunks inside your tea? We're going to have to learn how to tap into this Oshun energy. Embrace Oshun. Embrace love. Embrace feminine energy for the men and for the women. But this is mainly speaking to the women. The men needed to hear it too. But you women are going to have to be a lot softer towards each other. You women are going to have to nurture each other. Stop battling, cat fighting against each other. I am my brother's keeper. That wasn't just for the men. We see it in the men community. Men, we stick together. We got a bro code. The woman code has gone out the door with jealousy, enviness. I'm going to take your man, or I'm protecting my man from you trying to take him. There is no more co-wives, sisterhoods, circles of women. When a lot of times you was in a circle full of women and actually did something productive with your woman energy rather than bashing each other or bashing another group of women. When was the last time you had an uplifting circle of uplifting women who are uplifting other women? Because we men are looking, we're watching. We see the separatism within you all. It's a big turnoff. Women are going to have to learn how to be more positive with other women and have patience with other women. You've all gone through something. I haven't met a woman yet that have not gone through something in their past. Everybody needs healing. Patience. Patience, family. You have anything you want to add?
That was very profound. Very profound. I do pray for those messages. Um, a lot of things that I was hearing was spoken on was spoken. I would just be sitting here saying everything 100% word to word verbatim. That message was clearly given exactly what you indicated.
I mean, you see it. It's, it's what's needed. And it's not like we haven't spoken it a few times amongst ourselves, looking out at family, looking out at, the community out there and seeing that this is very much needed. And here we are, the oracles had to speak on it themselves. It's a definite need within the community. If we're going to do any kind of growing, any kind of real awakening, it's going to have to come together, and it's going to have to be us that come together with it. We're going to have to stop being so separate. We're going to have to stop being so bitter, and we're going to have to embrace the mothers, those great mothers who tried their hardest. Even Tupac will let you know, even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you always will be a black queen, mama. We're gonna have to respect the mother, because if you have a wound and you're bitter with your mother, that's only gonna come 10 times worse on you. Forgiving, forgive them for they not know what they did, but you're still here. Perhaps they are mean and bitter, but what did they go through? You're gonna have to look at their life as well. Stop being so selfish. Some of your grandchildren are going to become the spirit return of your mother, who you're bitter with. And that spirit is going to remember.
Absolutely. As I'm looking at the org, I really see the Yayoshun and the Yemazar energy. As you were speaking on the women that can't be so rough with each other, and as you were speaking on respect for the mother women, I believe I spoke on this a while back. When it comes to sisterhood, a lot of things stem from the mother and daughter relationship. A lot of those relationships was broken at young age. So we cannot ignore those relationships, even with men. We always told how a man treats his mother is how he will treat you. Even a lot of men need a lot of healing from their relationships with their mothers. What a lot of people have seen happen to their mothers, seen their fathers do, or if they know their father, just seen what other men put their mothers through. So a lot of that comes to the respect that we have with mothers. We don't give the utmost respect as we should, because we may have seen a lot of things and we went into judgment because we had not yet went through them or went through anything, period. So there's a lot of healing that needs to come from the mothers. The mothers need a lot more respect and a lot more sweetness. Not enough people are sweet to the mothers. Yes, even the mothers that did bullshit. Yes, even the mothers that fucked up, that are still fucking up, they still deserve that sweetness. They still need that sweetness that will help us heal. We can't be so rough with the mothers who are not yet finished healing for what they went through, but still had to raise children.
That's it.
Still had to put back their feelings. Boo. Who raped them? Who molested him? Who stole from them? Who was a rape baby? Who was having their uncle's babies, their cousins' babies? Who had their own father's babies? A lot of mothers had to put a lot of hurt and a lot of wounds that was intended to on the backbone, so they can be mothers. Give them a lot fighting with the baby on the back. So as we are growing up and we call us grown women, we are not grown women because we're having sex and because we know how to have babies now. We're popping out babies. We have to be the grown women that actually stand in between those spaces and know what spots need to be filled. Know what mothers need to be heard, need to be caressed, need to be hugged, still loved unconditionally as they love you unconditionally. As they loved you, whether you was shitting in your pampers, whether you was throwing up on them, whether you was giving them contractions, whether you was messing up your room, please find the love to have for them as an adult. Even when they're getting on your nerve, even when y'all getting into it because you feel like you're a grown woman or a grown man now, still have that same unconditional sweetness love that your mother had as she was raising you and your parents was raising you, and then have it with your sisterhood as well, being sweeter with the women in the community as well, and the elder women being sweeter to the younger women as well. Know that a lot of us was hurt by older women too. So even as an older woman, knowing how not to be so rough or so hard on a younger woman as well. We all need to have a better respect for each other. The mother maiden crone, that circle, that women's circle needs healing. The mother maiden crone gotta all have a be able to play their part. Because we all go through those phases in life, women, if you did not know. We will always be, we will, for my whole entire livelihood, we will have completed the phases of maiden, mother, and then crone. Those are our three major phases that we go through in life. So as we identify those people, those women in our community, those goddesses in our sisterhood, in our community, who's maiden, who's mother, who's crone, all those positions need to be filled, one, so know where you at. And all those positions need to be respected too. So know all the parts that those positions play as mother, maid, and crone. And we need to get together and work with that energy together. We need to know how it feels as a maiden to work with a mother, or as a maiden to work with a crone, or as a crone to work with a maiden, or to work with a mother, vice versa. We need to get that energy field back up and running. We need to have that grid back strong. Our village needs it.
Let me have any questions out there. This is definitely speaking on Yamaja and Oshun work, being sweet, being sweet mothers. For those out there who know, if you're viewing, this is not talking about you. You ain't gotta say that's not me. But there are some mean mothers out there being mean to their daughters, being bitter with their daughters. You have to stop being mean. That mean spirit is not going to get you far. Just watched a comedy earlier. It said, "Do you have anyone who's gonna wipe your ass when you get older?"
Mm.
That was a powerful joke that everyone laughed at, but it made everyone think. Do you have anyone who's gonna wipe your ass because your mother wiped your ass when you was a child? Now, are you that person that you have someone to wipe your ass when you get old enough and you can't? You're young now. You're not thinking about it. These are things that we set up for later on. So as we want done unto ourselves, others. Go around those elder mothers. Yes, they're mean. Yes, they're bitter. Yes, they're going through some itch. They probably just want someone to listen to them. Just let them get it off their chest. They're not gonna kill you. Stop acting like they're coming at you with a knife or a gun. They're coming at you with some harsh words. They heard worse. They've dealt with worse. So what they're giving you, yes, they're just mimicking a little bit of what they've gone through. So just imagine, wow, if you're talking to me like this, who was talking to you 10 times worse? We don't ever put ourselves in those places. As an Agungun priest, I have to hear it all the time from the ancestors. Yeah, we rough, but imagine what we went through. Not nearly as bad as what you're getting from your ancestors. So don't be so bitter with those mothers who pushed you out, who fed you when you was hungry, woke up throughout the night, got no sleep.
Ashe, very powerful. Yo, it's always an honor when the messengers come out and sweet even come out often. Okay. They've read millions of people made millions of dollars for over 25 years. Baba has been reading for them with them for 2 years. So those are very profound messages, and a lot of you to those who've been tuning in. We see y'all when y'all pop in. Please make sure that you all are speaking. Ashe. That's gonna be hard to follow up with those messages. I believe those messages was clear, just like family stated. Yeah, we heard that loud and clear. That I don't think clarity was there. Obatala was present, but giving those messages, that she was present, but giving those messages. I think we know exactly what's going on. And we can't act like we don't know what this is talking about. Sit here and act like, oh, our relationship with our mother's perfect, fine. Grandmothers, my mother and grandma, they just my aunties, they doing a sister circle right now. Hell, baby mamas, but men and the amount of baby mamas they have, things could be so powerful if y'all really look at it. People really, yeah, let me stop being shady. Let me stop fucking with him, knowing he done moved on, and let's really help these children, help each other. Let's all have a funding where we putting money in together monthly, and there's a pool of money that can even help all these families that had children by this one man. There's so much we could be doing with our positions. Maybe we skipped the part when it came to juju and voodoo. Maybe we have not spent enough time going over what positions are needed. Okay? Not everybody position and role is going to be, let me just fuck you up because you made me mad. I don't like the way you looked at me. You looked at me mad. I don't like what you said to the child. I mean, first of all, it's supposed to be protection. And you're not supposed to be doing anything to harm. It's supposed to be protecting and propelling. Okay? So maybe we don't know how many positions are needed in the kingdom, in the palace, in the village, in the community, for all of us that are, call themselves kings and queens. Oh, this is a palace. But if you are a king and you do have multiple mothers of your children, it should still be ran as such. Everybody should have still been given their roles and their positions. We can't just be a king or a queen when we feel like it, or other things that we want to be. Or you could. It's your free will. Well, I'm just speaking on what we're needing today. Because you got kings and queens of bullshit, kings and queens of liars, kings and queens of half-assers, kings and queens of selfishness, of scammers, of jiggers. So we got a lot of people playing roles and positions and holding titles. So maybe we didn't go over all the positions needed in the community. We still need friendships in the community. Neighbors, back in the day, neighbors didn't mean just someone living next to you. Neighbors meant the community. There wasn't always a time we was all staying in one building or scrunched up on one street and houses touching. There was times where we all had land. There was times where we all had farms, but we still knew who our neighbors were. Why? Because we were involved in each other's lives. We knew that who your neighbors and their children were was going to affect who your children are. Hey, it might end up meeting, dating, and getting married, and you don't need your people marrying into crazy people. There's a time where neighbors, that title meant something. To be neighbors, to be friends, okay, to be sisters, to be mothers, to be mothers who share the same man for fathers of their children. Those are titles. That's not the shit that just happened. That's a role you have to play now. That's a position you walked into. And it must be respect that's needed, and everybody has a role and part to play. We can't just be skipping over positions. We can't have men calling themselves kings and they not even fathers first. We can't have women calling themselves queens and they're not even mothers first, or sisters first, or friends first. There's so many roles and positions needed in the community. And we got to stop just hopping on sex partners and thinking a sex partnership is playing a king or queen role, mother, father role, sisterhood, brotherhood role. That cannot be our only relations with people. That can't be the only time we're not arguing, fighting, or talking with people, is when we're screwing them. And if ain't nobody screwing you, you don't know how to take their advice or build with them or get anything with them. If it's not a lover you don't have, if it's not somebody you having sex with or talking about other people having who they having sex with, if it's not trauma bond, we don't know what the fuck to do with each other in each other life. All we know is just sit on the phone and talk shit. Talk about people's business instead of using that energy to build, to heal, to strengthen. It's a lot that we could be doing our energy. So until we get to that level, we just continue to heal. That's a lot we need to heal about. It's a lot we need to heal about in this sisterhood, y'all. 7 years I went through women who just stole from me, messed with my dude, whoever I was dating in a relationship with. I had family members. You know, we all had those stupid ass cousins and shit that would sleep with your boyfriend. It's like, why are we known for this? If this is something we did as a people, I'm sure we had a better way of fucking doing it. I promise y'all. Come on, y'all the same people that made chitlins taste like something to some people. Y'all the same people that was able to make ham off shit they tried to kill us with. Y'all lived through it. Y'all having heart attacks from everything but the pig. So I'm sure if we was being raw, funky, stinking, nasty, some low level shit like that, I promise you there was a way that we could have did it better, or it was a way that it was handled, or filtered, or screened. We got to start finding a way to do shit now. Now that we realize we have free will, well, how do you use it? Everybody's talking about, we got gifts. What is my gift? How can I'm feeling stuff? I know I have a gift. Well, your first gift is free will. Do you know what the fuck you're doing with that? Because quite frankly, that's the gift that deem you a god or a goddess. That's the gift that make you a creator or destroyer.
I hope that ain't go over your head. For everyone out there in the inbox asking that question.
Yeah, everybody want to know what's their gift. How can they learn to read? Well, ain't no point of reading shit if your free will off the fucking chain. Let's keep it real. With your free will, you don't know whether to be sad or happy for someone. You don't know whether to be jealous or bitter or hug someone. You don't know whether to forgive someone or help them. You don't know whether to trust somebody, love on them, or just screw them, or just get revenge, or just take them back to fuck him and break his heart because he did it to you. What the fuck are you doing with your free will before you try to read somebody else's and guide them on how to use somebody else's? So if we don't got, that's what it seems like. Seems like a whole bunch of people got off a plantation, got free, broke free from colonization, going through decolonization, realizing that, hey, they're human. Hey, we're human. Hey, we have a choice. Hey, it's air, it's water around us. It's fire we have access to. There are spirits here. It seems like a lot of people are using juju, voodoo, hoodoo, whoop work to just do things that we have free will to do, period. Okay? You got free will, and best believe you're not just supposed to be using juju, voodoo, hoodoo, and whoop work to fuck with people free wills if everybody got it. Did that go over your head? We need to take a pause. If everybody got fucking free will, trust us, voodoo was not just to control everybody free will. For everybody putting everybody in freezers. That's half of y'all doing voodoo to just get shit that you're supposed to be able to get, period. Talking about a good love life. But man, you and your being alone was supposed to be able to attract, find, identify, keep, be able to keep up with, stay on the same level with of a good man. That's what your being is supposed to do, period. I don't think our people have voodoo because we never knew how to, find good men. We need a spirit to show us what good men are. Some of y'all are getting into this culture, getting into these religions to do shit that you're supposed to be able to know how to do, period. So that's what I mean by we need to slow down and heal. Because some of y'all waking up to shit thinking it's voodoo and it's just supposed to be access to you, period. Okay? Get a motherfucker to stay to you. That's why we have marriage. So you know what I'm saying? I don't think we would have had voodoo to get people to stay with you and then got marriage, got a courthouse so you could go down and sign a certificate with. I don't think that's why our ancestors, our great mothers, our great fathers knew the secret so they could keep somebody with them. I think it was because a motherfucker kept trying them and playing with them, and they need to know how to handle this shit without going to jail and getting taken away from their family. They need to know a way to handle master without getting whooped and taken away from their children. I think it was real things like protection-wise of why we were able to find out things to do that we don't know how to do with our own free will. Some things you should be able to do with your own free will. like communicate, like build friendships. You know, you're gonna get into voodoo and woodwork, heal, break generational curses. To find out is that girl at work talking about you. Something about you should be woman enough to find that the fuck out. I don't think we need to be raising grandma and calling her to the altar to find out who at work talking about you. I think you should have been woman enough to be able to use your free will to find that out on your own. We need to get free will under control first. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because that's one of the first steps of being a god and goddess. Hello, where the fuck y'all at? Did y'all not know Adam was given the position, the role in naming everything? Did y'all really think God created everything and named everything? No, God made man a part of creation. God made man play a part of creation. God made man step into his walk and his calling. Yes, God's. God showed right then and there before creation was even done with, before he even had completed what he called, or what we call it, creation. He made sure that man stepped to its calling and naming, ending creation, confirming whatever that was created to be, what man named it to be. So if you don't see the part that we play as being motherfucking manifested and assisted God himself, herself, in creating this thing we're living in and trying to get an understanding of, half the shit we talking about is because we named it, God didn't. He just made it. We called it whatever the fuck we wanted to call it.
Made everything and told us to take care of it.
Told us to take care of it.
Say go down into the land.
So if you still calling on God to take care of shit, he gave you free will to take care of. How woke a conscious of you? That's why we watch Lovecraft Country with y'all. It wasn't just to watch some actors and get some good graphics. They was talking about the role we played. And then they was talking about our color having a book. How many biblical stories we don't see our people have the book and they're not on the plantation, they're not getting told not to read it, or they sneak read it. How many of us seen a show us have power when that book was in our hand? Somebody is breaking the barriers. Y'all not watching what's going on. We went from every time we seen our people in the Bible, we seen some bullshit. We seen some people getting blown up, crosses set on fire, bombing churches, first lady getting cheated on, little girls getting touched, Catholic boys getting touched. Every time we see people of color in the Bible, we always seen some horrible shit. This was the first time I was able to see publicly out there how voodoo, how ancestors, and how the Bible represented us. This color. That's why we was watching that show with you all. Because people don't know it is, some people can't add together. And that's how I know who could cook or not. My husband's probably one of the greatest cooks on earth right now, and in this lifetime, it's not too cute. Too went on the other side. But cooking, knowing different things and know how to add them together. If you want to be a great witch, bruja, spiritualist, or one spiritualist, high priest, whatever you want to call yourself in this lifetime, you got to know how to cook, and not just food. Energy. You got to be able to know how to add what you learned from the Bible, what you seen in church, what you seen grandma do in the kitchen, what you saw on the internet, what you saw these people talk about on their life, and you got to know how to mix that shit together and have something with it. Too many of y'all so confused because you done raised up in the church and now you're hearing the group and you think those are two different things. We need y'all to read the book now. We need y'all to catch up. Make this shit has already started. Just because you're waking up doesn't mean it's just now starting. You need to not only wake up, but wake up to where you need to pick up at. Because a lot of our ancestors have already started on this shit that we call healing, breaking generational curses. So we need to be picking back up where they left off. The Bible is going to help with that. For those who don't always had the Bible around them, and now they found out about Orishas. Well, you should have been able to identify what the Orishas were in the Bible. If you did go to church, for those who are saying the Bible is fake, but you deal with the Orishas, well, if you eat the Bible, you'll be able to see the Orishas in the Bible. You'll be able to see how these people took something and did what, Baba? Because you spoke on it earlier. It said it took Baba said this, y'all, for y'all who love everything that Baba say, and Baba over here preaching. Baba was preaching earlier before we got on. Baba said it took our people 320 years to still not understand what translated means. Y'all don't get it. It's been 320 years and y'all still think translated means wrote. 320 years and our people still believe that if somebody translated the book, that means they wrote it. And y'all want to claim rope and king and queen and wonder why we ain't getting nowhere with this shit. All these people got voodoo power and where we got with it. Y'all still don't know translated don't mean wrote. That's why we ain't got nowhere as a community.
Crazy. That's not even a hard word to go and study.
Translated. Let's start there. Y'all want to have Bible studies, so can we start with translate? I believe every pastor, preach, bishop, evangelist should be started with what does translated mean. Before we even understand the book, the Bible, and what it's telling us, what the fuck does translated mean?
It means that they wrote it. No, that's not what it means, y'all. Translation, I mean, it was from something and went to something else, like transform. Anytime you have a trans in something, it was from one to another. So it being translated means it was in a whole nother language before. And guess what? It was in another language before that. Before your Caucasian people history even started. Before they even got out the Caucasus Mountains. There's so much that we can be getting. And I wanted to piggyback on something real quick because you said something earlier about cooking. And let me tell you about your mother ancestors got on y'all in my head. I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but they was like, yeah, all these wannabe witches out here, but don't know how to cook in the kitchen.
Microwave and everything.
Let me let y'all know something. In order to be a good witch, you got to know how to put herbs together. That's a part of cooking. A lot of you all don't know what herbs. This is why some people only use what salt and pepper. Them ain't herbs. Them enhancers. If you calling yourself a witch, a baby witch, a bruja, a priest, but you microwaving everything, you can't cook anything. You burning water when you're boiling it. That's not a witch. Sorry. A witch knows how to go into the kitchen and put things together and make it taste delicious. Knowing how to cook with energy. Everyone asks me, how did you cook that? How did it taste good? It's just a grilled cheese sandwich. It's just boiled eggs. It's energy. Y'all not cooking with energy. I can boil water and have the whole house smell like a feast. And I just done nothing but boil water. And people are like, how? It's smelling so good. I'm like, I ain't do nothing but put salt in the water. Boil the water. But my energy, you're smelling the energy in it. So a lot of you all don't know magic. It could tell because if you knew magic, your cooking would keep a man.
Not a candle, not a jar.
Yeah, because they got onto y'all in my head. And I love the women.
If you knew how to cook it, you wouldn't have to add blood to the spaghetti if you really knew how to throw down with spaghetti.
Cooking is a magic all by itself. Cooking is an art where, unfortunately, and I say this and I mean this, unfortunately, I have seen more men working this magic than women. Look on the cooking channels. Tell me if you don't see a lot more chef men than you see women out there. Not that women can't cook, but it's been known that this generation, this day and age, for all the wannabe brujas out there going to the botanicas and getting all these herbs and stuff, but you microwaving a steak. You're not doing magic. You're just playing with stuff. Y'all better learn. If you knew how to do magic for real, your cooking would be on point. Your man wouldn't be cheating and leaving you. Every woman has always told you, a way to a man's heart is through his belly. And that wasn't because just any kind of food. She didn't say, oh yeah, just go out and get the neighbor's food and feed his belly. You keep him home. That was never told to you. Go to the neighbor next door, see if she can cook both y'all a meal.
You wonder why he's cheating? Well, he done ate all these women that's the cooks at all these fast food restaurants. He's all filled up with all these other women's energy, making their drinks and making their orders. And you feeding them all that and all the children that, and you wonder why your children listen to other people and don't you. How much of their energy is really put into people? Y'all can't cheat and cut corners. Think just because you're gonna bury somebody's drawers, you're gonna put blood in somebody's food, that you giving them your energy. Well, if y'all been fucking already, y'all already been having sex, and that energy alone is not keeping them in, maybe you should have got some other things together before y'all had sex. First of all, that used to hook people. There was a time where people would have sex and have feelings for people. Now that shit don't mean nothing. You could be fucking on people and still looking for someone in your life. Oh, I'm still looking for someone to marry. Oh yeah, what you call it? He come over tonight, just hang out, Netflix and chill. Ooh, God send me a man, but you got all this dick and pussy as access, and you still looking to how to keep them. So maybe we should be working on what's gonna keep this relationship together before you have sex, because that's not doing it no more. I don't think it ever was doing it, but it's not doing it now.
That's not what.
So maybe we should add back cooking in the home. And I don't think I've ever served you on a paper plate. Never. I don't think that has ever.
A Lafayette family that's tuning in.
A Lafayette family that's tuning in. So things like that. Stop serving men on a paper plate. They can only be a king of what you want them to be a king of. Let them be a king in the home for real. Seriously.
I say, and to Soul Organics, to you, first of all, yes, there's always room to make error so that you learn from error. But what your first answer was, no, it does not mean basically to give another meaning to it or explain how it just means from one language to another. It's like, okay, do we remember? We have to remember because we know this now. Google helped us out. Thank you, Google.
Google Translator.
Google Translate does not mean basically takes English and explain it in another way of English.
No.
You're learning Spanish to English or French to English or English to French or English to German. It's translating the language to another language, changing over. It's not explaining anything different. This is why, family, check out the Dead Sea Scrolls. Dead Sea Scrolls are still being found today. They haven't found all the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the Dead Sea Scrolls are. Everyone's like, "What are the Dead Sea Scrolls?" I've heard of this before. The Dead Sea Scrolls are just a bunch of writings that's already a collection of the Bible. For those who don't know what the Bible is a collection of books. Not one long book that was just written out. These are books that was collected throughout history and put together from all different languages and got put into one language so that we could read each of it and how they all correlate with each other. When we're translating something, family, we're bringing it out of one language to another. The Bible has been translated from Hebrew to Greek, from Greek to English. Why is it in English? Because you're speaking English. It was translated into English by King James. He did not write it. He was the king during that time, and he was given a mission to make sure that the book was in a language that you could read. Why? Because it's your book. They needed to understand your book.
So if we want to be technical here, that means all the Bible bashers can't keep saying that the Caucasian people, the European people wrote a fake book. They will need to say they melanated ancestors. Because aren't we the first original people? So if this book outdates just the books that we know today, if this book is a collection from books from past cultures, dating all the way back to creation stories, a collection of creation stories that many different cultures share, and they would just put into one book. Because it's not just one creation story in the book for those who's ready.
No.
So if this knowledge has been translated from many different languages before it got to English, can't start off talking about the Bible about what the Europeans wrote. They only translated it. and half the shit they didn't have access to, so they couldn't put it in the Bible. For those who think they took shit out, no, they didn't have. They're still looking for certain books. Yes, translator. Translator means to if someone speaks Spanish, you need a translator to know what they're talking about. So that means as after we went through captivity that the Bible said we would go through, we were no longer speaking a language before, we were speaking English. So if we did get our hands on this book that was told that we wouldn't open it to a certain amount of time period, and I've seen that happen with my own eyes, we were going to be in a whole nother language. So how frustrating would it have been trying to read the Bible and it wasn't even in English, the language you speak now?
Right. So I hope we learned that translation does not mean they wrote it.
Please, I hope we got through that.
Because for the longest, for over hundreds of years, we thought that because we didn't understand the definition of translate. Thank you, Google, because thanks to Google, we can Google translate stuff now. Now, someone speaking Spanish is not a problem to us. Google Translate with. Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. Got you. Thank you, Google. Google helps us out a lot on stuff. Okay, I'm gonna tell a joke real quick, and forgive me for this, all right, y'all. But I told y'all in school I wasn't the best speller, I wasn't the best reader. You know who taught me how to spell fabulous? Fabulous. That Negro spelled his name in every freaking song. That's how I learned how Fabulous. That's how I know how to spell that word now. So we learn from different forms in life. Google should have taught you already what translate means. Translate does not mean they wrote. So the next time we hear somebody say, I love your family. Next time we hear somebody say they wrote the Bible because it said they translated it, that would make no sense. That's when you would say, no, I know the definition of translation. That's not what it means. You're going to have to be smart. You have the smarts in your brain. We're only confirming what you already know. You knew what translation meant, but because the world, when you're plugged in, they confuse you, you doubted yourself. And then you followed the mass. Well, everyone else is saying this, so it must be right. Nope. For those who actually read the Bible, you know a lot of things that they said ain't right. Ain't that right, Jaleisha?
I figured Jaleisha. I was thinking of her. She was like, oh, I miss Jaleisha. I miss seeing Jaleisha on Motherboard. Shout out to Motherboard. Shout out to Chelsea holding it down. We see you, Sherry, in and out. We see you, Erica. We see you, Miss Punanigo, who's had 1,000 names in this house. Asada Dua. I share Lafayette to you, Goddess. I do pray everybody tuning in. For those who are just not coming in, we were blessed by the Metanet tours. They popped things open. Baba gave an immaculate reading from Spirit. I was going to read, but I mean, those messages were so clear. Family, we do have readings booked after this live. I know it's late. We're not lying. We're not bluffing. She's actually tuning in right now. The person booked and is getting their reading after this live. Shout out to you, Sherry. So, I want to say, is there anyone that want to get a reading before we get off live or have any questions? Okay, family. I do know that Trey's birthday is in an hour and 7 minutes.
I'm sure.
He's turning
11.
Yes, he's with his mommy in New York. So, if you want to send donations on behalf of his birthday, just put that once you send your donation. That is for Trey's birthday, family. Always send what you're sending donations for because so many come in.
Sure.
And shit, we pray for that.
Sure. Also, in the Metanetters, while they are out, family, if anyone would like to go ahead and get a reading, we do got to get into the inbox. I'm just praying that God daughter, she understands, but I don't want to pass up the opportunity for anyone. If you all would like to hear from the ancient deck that Metanetters do, they really don't come out. They really don't. So when they do, I'm obedient. I'll let them come out. I say, Alafia family that is still tuning on in. I'm sure we got some family that's out there on YouTube tuning in. I do pray. Shout out to you all. If you have been speaking to us, we cannot see none of you all's comments. Please bear with us, forgive us. If you would like to switch over to our Facebook page, House of Confirmations, do so. Come in and book your reading. Information is pinned on the screen. I say I do for family.
Slide up. Lord, 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 Lord. You know you love this sound, Lord. Lord. How a mom big like a trailer. Make me want it. Roll away. Oh, you don't know. I can't run. She says, everybody know. Baby, say, baby, what can you do it to me? You are feeling me.
Hey, listen, I tell everyone, I look at him, he is up to this, he is reading, he has his own tarot deck, his own oracle. He is a born ancestral priest family, I say. So do be looking forward to the house increasing, and he will be in here doing readings. I know me and y'all over here, we're gonna be having our children soon, so be looking for them coming out already doing readings day 3. And let them rest day 1 and day 2. But this is a tight shift we run in this house.
Yeah.
Ashe.
I do pray for that, Baba. Yes, where is Mother Missy? I know she's so busy, but we always love Mother Missy.
Yeah.
Ashe.
Missy is actually busy packing
Moving
in the process of moving. So give shout out to us. Y'all know how that moving go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, another trend.
Oh God, this one no people go. I know they talk wetin I don't know. When the time go reach for you to collect your bread, to collect your go. You know the way you don't do right there. Be like say your own never enter. When they go send you all out there, and now you don't go to send that. As for me, I don't get this shit.
Oh, we see y'all dancing on the dance floor. Y'all ain't stop dancing. Yeah. Philadelphia Market. Make sure you watch from the beginning.
King. I was just laughing at a post that you posted today in my head. I can't say it on live because it may be a bit inappropriate, but it made me laugh. It was so funny. I had to tell my wife about it. We were like, yeah, that's exactly what happens. It's felt.
We are born on tele.
So here's the thing. I know a lot of houses are very strict. They're very strict with their godchildren. They're very strict on certain things. When it comes to me, when it comes to this house, I am a bit lenient. You know, when the godchildren y'all post things that not very cultural and stuff like that, it still gives me a good laugh. I'm able to step out of my priestly body and laugh at the earthly things. So I get a good laugh out of a lot of you all's posts. I let you all know. I'll scroll for a good 5 to 10 minutes on Facebook and I get back to my work. But for a good 5 to 10 minutes, I'm laughing at each and every one of you all's posts. I'm like, these are the most funny godchildren we have. Then y'all get to the inbox, y'all are so serious.
Right, and we
So
done
serious.
seen everything you've been posting all day. We love it. We love the many views we all get to
Yeah,
meet.
Chelsea, you're one of them. Yes, yes. Marcus, you're one. Some of y'all give me some of the greatest laughs with y'all post.
Bye bye, yeah, yeah, my friend. Ọkọ tí kò ṣàpápá, tí kò ṣàpápá. Bye bye, yeah, yeah, my friend. I'm ready, I did it, I'm sorry, I'm single. Yes, I do. Look at you, I should be there, but I'm single. I'm sorry, I am not touching.
Yes.
Look at you, I should be there, but
Family, it is that time. Y'all already know we have to head into the inbox. Sherry, if you are watching, you know we're about to be hitting you up in the inbox. I say appreciate to everyone who's been getting their ancestral readings. They have been quite powerful ancestral readings,
Yes.
especially after the ancestral feast. I say. All right, family, we love you and we thank you. And until next time,
Of that age.
I am not saying